Welcome to the Happy Joy Life podcast, where we explore what it looks like to live in the kingdom of God and embrace our divine heritage as royalty. I'm your host, Michelle Towers, and I am thrilled to have you join us on this journey of laughter, learning, and building community, all rooted in kingdom values. So sit back and relax as we embark on this Happy Joy Life adventure together. Hi there, and welcome to the Happy Joy Life podcast. My name is Michelle Towers, and today I want to talk to a specific group of people. I want to talk to those of you who may not be sure that God is real, or maybe you even proclaim and profess yourself to be an atheist. I just want to have a little conversation with you and just maybe throw some things out that you might want to think about and consider. One thing I've heard people say, because I've been a believer most of my life, but I've heard a lot of things. But one thing that I've heard people say is, well, you know, those people who believe in God, they are using God they need the idea of God as a crutch because they're weak, because they need something to lean on in life in order to feel good in life and in order to help them through life. So my answer to that is, yeah. He kind of is. God kind of is. Well, he is exactly a crutch. He is something I can lean on. He's someone I can lean on. Here's what I want to ask you and present to you. What do you lean on? Who do you lean on? Because if you think about it honestly, all of us rely on something. We may not believe in a God, but we do believe in something, because as human beings, we're all looking for the same sorts of things. We're looking for meaning. We're looking for purpose. We're looking for security. We're looking for, prosperity, success, stability. We all want those sorts of things. So what are you looking to in order to try to gain those things? Here's a few things that as I look around, I see that people rely on. Money is one thing. Money's a big thing. There are people who feel like, well, if I can just work hard enough and save enough and just get the money that I need, I'll have all my problems taken care of. So, you know, I know of a lot of people, and I think you know of a lot of people too, who have all the money in the world, but yet they don't have stability. They don't have any rest in their lives. I mean, all you got to do is look at the Hollywood scene and see a lot of these people. Look at a lot of these performers. They have all the money they could want, but they still haven't found that peace and that rest. Another thing that people can lean on or count on in order to feel that stability and peace and rest and all that we are all searching for is other people. We can rely on other people a lot, you know, whether you have a spouse or whether you want a spouse or whether you have your family or your friends. It's like you find your meaning and your purpose in having other people who say that you're valuable, who say that you add value to their life or they add value to your life. The thing with that and the problem with that is that people will always let you down. They always will let you down eventually. And there's just not that consistent that you can count on them. I mean, I've had to learn that the hard way over many years, that, you know, people who I thought were really my friend turned out that they turned on me, or they changed their mind and didn't want to be my friend anymore. Even in our marriage of almost 40 years now, my husband's not always been there for me. And guess what? I have not always been there for him. People are not reliable. Now, another thing that you could count on is yourself, you know, which is kind of the opposite of what we just talked about. Well, I can't trust anybody, but I can trust myself. I can always count on myself to give me everything that I need. All I can say is, how's that working for you? Because it's very stressful. It's very, there's so much uneasiness and so much unrest in that when you can't be sure that you know all the answers, because guess what? You don't know all the answers. I certainly don't know all the answers. You know, for example, I had some clients who just, I helped them to buy a home. We looked at so many houses. It was unbelievable. But and they did tell me that one was an atheist, one was an agnostic. they got a little upset with me because I invited them to church one time, but I tried. Hey, I tried. But what I saw in that process was they were relying on themselves to figure out which is the best house to buy. But they would ask questions like, well, what if this happens? And what if that happens? And it was so difficult for them to finally come to a place where they could make a decision because they were only relying on themselves to gain enough understanding, gain enough knowledge, but you never really get there. Now they did end up buying a house, but they still weren't quite sure. And there was still a concern. Are we doing the right thing? So I think that's where it leads us when we count on ourselves for answers, because you know that you don't have all the answers. I know I don't have all the answers. Now, the thing is with all of these is that none of these things are consistent. Money, things, power, fame, fortune, all those things, they're not consistent. Other people are not consistent. I'm not consistent. You're not consistent. Now, another thing, the last thing I can think of right now that people do rely on is to go totally into another different type of spiritual realm, like maybe counting on astrology or leaning to, luck charms or the sage, smoking sage through the house and that sort of thing. I want to say, I think that's the most dangerous part, the most dangerous thing that you can count on, because you are relying on some spiritual stuff. So there's spiritual stuff there. The problem is those are spirits that are not from God. They are spirits who will give you what you want, maybe to some extent, but they will also demand something from you in return. So I would really caution you, please be careful and don't play in that area, because they're not on your side. It may feel good for a moment, but there will be a price to pay for it. So, but I just wanted to point out that when we resort to any of these, I want to ask you, do you ever really feel a sense of real peace, of real rest, of just saying, you know what, I can just close my eyes and know that everything is okay and everything's going to be okay? I would challenge the thought that it's really difficult to ever get there, because life is really uncertain. It just really is. And we all know it. And so that's why I feel like God is the answer. He is the one that I have found, at least I'm speaking personally, and I am speaking from personal experience. I have given God a chance in my life. Through his son, Jesus Christ, I have given him a chance in my life. But does this mean life is going to be easy all the time? No, it does not mean life is going to be easy. Does it mean that I'm not going to have any problems? Does it mean that everything's going to be smooth sailing? No, it doesn't mean any of that. Life is life. That's really deep. That'll preach right there. I have found over my years that life is life, and it happens to all of us. And it's just not easy being here on this earth a lot of the time. But what I have found is that with God, no matter what's going on, he has always shown himself to be with me. I can always feel his presence. He sends people in my path. He sends messages in my path to encourage me and to keep me going so that I know he's there. He said that he will never leave me. So I know that I always have him with me. I can, even when I'm going through the hardest of times, I can feel him with me. And it's just like having a friend who, no matter what you're going through, they're going to stay there with you. He's made promises that he's going to help us through everything. And no matter what we are going through, he will give us a path to get out of it. I mean, even death itself, he has given us a path out of that. And that is to live with him in eternity. So, and I know, these are things that I can't prove to you right now. I can't prove it. But here's what I do want to ask you to do, if you're willing to, is God doesn't need me to defend him. He can very well defend himself. He's really good at it. So I just want to invite you to ask him to show himself to you. And, and to, because I don't expect you to just completely believe just because I said so, or because somebody else told you that you're supposed to. But the thing that proves that proves to all of us more than anything else is our own personal experiences. So I just want to invite you to ask God to show himself to you himself. Now you gotta watch it. Don't go with some crazy attitude like, yeah, show yourself to me. Blah, 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 blah. He wants you to come with some sincerity. If you really, truly, honestly, in your heart want to know if he's real and if he's there for you, then just go to him with that and ask him. Show me, God, if you're real. I'm open. I'm open to knowing if you are real. I really want to know. And you just watch what he does. Put your seatbelt on because I don't know, it may happen in a day, it may happen in a year, it may happen in a couple of years, but he will show himself to you, and it will be the beginning of the ride of your life. I promise you that. So that's what I just want to present to you. I want you to know that no matter where you are right now, whether you're not sure if he's real or you just absolutely believe he's not real, he still loves you and he still has his arms open and wide for you to come. He is so waiting for you to ask this question that I sent to you. God, will you show me that you're real? If you're really there, will you show me that you're real? Out of the sincerity of your heart. He knows your heart. If you really want to know, he will show himself to you and it will change your life forever. So anyway, if you have any questions, feel free to message me. Feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to talk with you about it some more. Just know that he loves you and he's on your side. Even if you don't believe in him, he's still rooting for you. So I guess that's all I have to say about that right now. But I just want to leave you with this, to remember always that God loves you, that we love you, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.